Hello and welcome to another episode of Never Fail Ale with your flu-ridden host, me. Thankfully, those can go now. Yes, just coming out of the flu, and it was quite a rough one, let me tell you. But thankfully, it's not something you can catch through the screen, so I think you'll be okay. So normally we would go over to Never Fail Ale. Interesting bee news. Clearly my brain still isn't working, but I wanted to focus on this really interesting revelation that's come out with regards to Brewdog. Have you seen it? It would seem as if they're in a spot of bother. So there's reports of administrators coming in, and apparently these particular administrators are actually really quite good at restructuring a business. So maybe not all is lost, but is this another case of British culture falling by the wayside? Independent brewers have found it really difficult in recent years. Even the likes of Black Sheep recently, which was sold, fantastic brew tap and brewery up in Yorkshire, but themselves have found it really, really difficult too. So yes, there's reports of shareholders losing substantial amounts of money. One particular case of a guy that had invested £12,000 into Brewdog, and it would seem as if he's not getting anything back from it. It must be a really tricky situation for them. I know Brewdog over the years have been under a little bit of scrutiny when it comes to more so the HR side of things. But it would seem as if they've been really, really struggling of late. I think, and I'm going to just refer to my trusty notebook, Yoshi from Mario Brothers, actually states on there that the company last year made a loss of £37 million, and that was from a turnover of 357 million. That is quite a substantial loss. And the stats go on to say there's roughly 220,000, shareholders, roughly, there or thereabouts. The shareholders came through with from their Equity for Punk scheme. Sorry, my brain really isn't switched on at all. But I did want to bring this to you because it is quite the revelation, especially for the craft industry. And the company raised £75 million from the shares at that particular time. So it seemed to have been a really good scheme from both a company perspective and obviously the people that were looking to invest in the craft ale industry. Maybe not the best of decisions at this moment in time from punters. And it was founded back in 2007, and now we're obviously in 2026. And during that time frame, it was muted of the business having a valuation of £2 billion. But obviously, since then, they've had bar closures, they've had to axe a number of staff. But during that kind of time frame, they've had 72 bars globally, and they're currently employing around 1,400 staff. So it's a big, big company. So the question is it the sign of the times? Is it something that Brewdog have not really had the foresight in terms of market change, and they haven't really kept up with the times? Or is it just simply a case of them not having the rub of the green after all these years? Anyway, on to the beer tasting. In tribute to the most recent news regarding Brewdog, I've gone for the Brewdog Lucky Break. or not so lucky break in recent times. And it's a 6.4% New England Pale Ale. It promises to be, well, quite the special brew. Fortune favours the brave. Maybe they've not quite been brave enough. So let's get it open and see, and of course smell, through these blocked up nostrils of mine, what we think. It does smell really quite nice. And it's very, very hazy. Very hazy, in fact. It smells... Oh, yeah, it's got like tropical yet slightly earthy. Is it earthy or like a grassy sort of? Yeah, kind of like a field sort of smell. Sounds a bit strange, I know. See, I do wonder if my taste buds have changed ever so slightly because of the blasted cold. Did I tell you I had a cold? There's a bit of a strange aftertaste to this one. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. I think there's well, I know for certain there's Citra hops in there, maybe Mosaic too, but there's another tone of something. Something I can't quite put my finger on it, but it is incredible how hazy that is. And it definitely packs a punch. I guess 6.7% isn't light by any stretch. Is it something that I'd have on a regular basis? Probably not. But I guess for a one-off, yeah, it's not bad. Certainly doesn't blow me away. But yeah, not too bad. And I guess on that note, here's hoping that all that is indeed involved with Brewdog, especially from an employer level, or the employees to Brewdog, if you get what I'm saying, is okay, and hopefully a smooth and successful resolution is found. Cheers.